Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M41 HMC, otherwise known as the Gorilla. It is the Tier 5 American SPG. It's located on the eastbourne of Sand River, and this one is under the command of Intel Butcher. Now he's got 2 marks of excellence on the barrel. It's a 155mm howitzer capable of 500 alpha, and it's got a top speed of 56.3 kilometers, so it's actually quite fast. In fact, its roots are from a Chappie tank. You can see the Chappie hexagonal plate on the front of the vehicle. He's gone to a fairly well-known firing position. His reload time is 23.97 by the book, but he's actually got 21 seconds. And he's dialing in near the enemy cap area. He's expecting somebody on the enemy team to be at the other end. More than likely one of the enemy Arties will be there, and you might see the tracer from that Arty when he fires. In fact, there's 3 Arties in the enemy team. One of them's a Gorilla, the other's an M41 HMC. In fact, 2 of them are M41s, and there's his teammate also in the M41. Now, it's not an easy Arty to play this one because it does take forever to dial in on the target, and it's also, well, a bit of a long reload. The Gorilla's a lot more fun, but it's a bit slower because, of course, it's based on the same hull as the Jagdpanzer 38T, the Hetzer. Oh, there's one of the tracers. Yep, we think we've spotted them, and there's a tree going down, so somebody is moving about there at the back of the enemy cap. I think he's in the dune next to those bushes, but he's firing another one in blind. Now, he is firing from a very obvious position, and this could be dangerous because if the enemy's looking this way, he might see the tracers emanating from the bushes and think, yeah, I know where you are. I think that the enemy Arty's just the other side of the dune, where that palm tree is pointing. Oh, he got one! Yep, he got one of the enemy Gorillas. There was somebody in that bush, and yep, he's got him. I think there's another one there as well. I just saw the tracer coming from the dune alongside, so we know there's another one in that spot. Oh, somebody's definitely knocked down that palm tree. And the shell actually went to the right, and I think that would have helped him because I'm pretty sure that shell hit or splashed whoever was actually knocking that tree down. Now he's firing the improved HE at the moment, not the standard HE, so no stun but lots of damage if he gets close to the enemy. You can see here that the improved HE does 600 alpha but penetrates 48mm armor, but its burst radius or damage radius is only 4 meters, so you have to get pretty close to the enemy in order to do damage. I still think one of the enemy Arties is just over that dune where that palm tree was folded down. I think he's still there. He's fired another one in. Oh, there's somebody there. Yep, somebody was definitely in that firing position because there was no explosion there. And that means with a direct hit, he's probably done a fair bit of damage. You get 27 rounds in total. Oh, there's a tracer coming from that dune again. 27 rounds is quite a large amount if you think about it. He's got 20 rounds left now. He fired 7, but he got 1 kill. So, who's next? Well, T-34S, and yes, there is a Gorilla, and it looks like the Gorilla moved forward from the dunes because he's in a different position, which probably means the other M41 is nearby. The Gorilla's taking fire. We're loaded, but he's not going for the Gorilla. And he's hit another tank with a direct hit. Sitting behind the rock, obviously that player is actually trying to shoot at our heavies, And I wonder if it might be that Panzercephalopter C, the Death Toaster. There's the other M41. He's just been spotted now. He was behind that dune, just where I said he would be. We saw the tracer from him. There's also another tank there, I think. So, because I don't think it was the Death Toaster that took the hit. I think he took some splash, but I don't think he was the one who took the hit. Rounds out. It's long range artillery at the moment. For those of you not keeping up with current affairs, and I know I wouldn't mention it in the videos, or said I shouldn't, some people said I shouldn't mention it, but artillery is having a very considerable effect on current events, if you haven't noticed already. Okay, M41 HMC just coming up the rise, time it right, and somebody's up there, and oh, he got him! He just took out a Dicamax, a tier 6 tank destroyer, who was hiding in that corner. That must have been the one he hit before. And the M41 just drives straight past and I'm out of here. So that's 2 blind kills he's got so far. And the enemy's now having to pull back because the super chap he's got really close. He's just hit another one with a blind hit. Probably another tank destroyer. The enemy's got an IKV 103 on their team. So it's probably that one. Yep, IKV 103 just been spotted. He's just gone down from that hill there. And yes, he's missing most of his hit points, so I think, yep, Entel Butcher did get him. And he splashed him this time. He's now one shot. So I think the Super Chaffee or the Wolverine will take care of him. In the meantime, yep, they did. In fact, it was the Wolverine who got the accurate shot. Okay. We're 4 tanks up on the enemy now. They're really suffering. That KV-1S could do with a bit of softening up. We've loaded standard HE, or Entel Butcher has. Come on. Put a round right into him. That will really upset him. Oh, that was cruel. RNG said no. Hit the rock face instead. The one thing you can say about Entel Butcher's really maximising the use of his shells. He's not waiting at all. He's dialed in on his target. He's trying to get the shells out as quickly as he can to do as much damage to the enemy as he can. The Type 64 was seen in that vicinity. He could probably do with hitting that KV-1S again, but he's gone unspotted. Oh, we just lost the Wolverine. And he's trying to hit the Type 64 because he's suspecting that that guy's acting more like a Hellcat at the moment, because it is a tank with a Hellcat turret, and that guy is actually trying to snipe at our Super Chaffee and the other tanks. There goes the Skoda. So they're down to just 4 left, including one Arty. The M41 HMC is somewhere out in the South Dunes. I'm not sure who he was aiming at there, because the M41 did appear to be further north, but then maybe he saw a tracer and I didn't. Yes, he did. Going for it. Oh, guys moving. Got to work out where to put it. Rounds out. Looks good. It is a very good shot. 203 hit points. He stunned the guy, and the OI Experimental is catching up with that M41, who's probably still in reload, and he's gone. So he got the damage assist there because he tracked him. So there's only 2 enemy tanks left, the KV-1S and the Type 64. KV-1S is just on the cliffs above the Super Chaffee. There he is. Okay, so we can really upset him by putting a couple of rounds there. Rounds out. That was better. It got a critical hit. I think it just damaged the tracks on him. The Super Chaffee can't get at him at the moment. But our OI is starting to... Or was that the Bishop? No, I think that was the Bishop just fired around in, getting really close. And of course the Bishop, short range Arty, is capable of lobbing shells onto targets. over rock faces and rocks. No, I think he's decided you're going to change position. There's no enemy Arty anymore, so you don't have to change position to avoid counter battery. I think he's just changing or moving position to get a better angle. Personally, I would actually move way down into the south, but while he's on the move, he'll probably be missing out on some shots. Rounds out. Yeah. Only one round of HE left. He's been using it up. Well, the KV-1S is still right at the edge. He's looking for the Type 64, and I think he's wondering where that Type 64's gone. There's a good chance the Type 64 might have escaped. In fact, he did, and oh my god, what a shotgun kill! And a win for the game for Entil Butcher. What a way to win the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was not only an ace tanker game, that was also a third mark of excellence for Entil Butcher, or Booker, in the M41 HMC. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 19. And yet, on top of that, he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. A very nice score indeed. Let's have a look at team score. 2,103 hit points of damage, easily gets the high caliber because he was the only player to get over 2,000 hit points. The second highest damage was that Type 64 with 1,625, and we've no idea how he managed to escape from the heights overlooking their cap all the way down to the south. But I suspect that actually if Entil Butcher had actually changed his position, then that type would probably have taken out the other M41 rather, on their team and then come looking for Entil Butcher. So yeah, maybe actually it was saving for his teammate in the M41 that Entil Butcher was still there to get the shotgun. Well, anyway, the third highest damage went to the BDR-G1B with 1,429 hit points. When it came to kills, it was actually shared between the OI Experimental and the BDR-G1B. Both had 4 kills apiece. 3 kills went to the Entil Butcher, and 2 kills went to the Super Chappie and the Type 64 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, yep, Entil Butcher got that one with 1,062. 894 went to the Super Chappie, 638 went to the OI Experimental. He fired 23 rounds in that game, so he only had 4 rounds left at the end of the game. 7 direct hits on the enemy, 3 penetrations and 16 splash. Damage of 2,103 hit points, of which 1,879 were at more than 300 meters. The difference being the Type 64, who was very close when he took him out. He did get hit by that Type 64. He took a penetration from the 76mm gun, but at least he managed to kill the enemy very well indeed. 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, 97 hit points of damage assistance and 232 hit points of stun assist of 13 stuns. He earned 31,730 credits from the game, 23,798 from personal reserves, a total of 71,393 altogether. After repair, ammunition resupply took away 59,007 credits profit. 1,062 XP, 1,593 from personal reserves, 3,186 experience points altogether. So a very good gun, a very good game rather. Congratulations on your third mark of excellence. Let's have a quick look at the armor profile for the M41. I think you can see that it is basically a Chaffee by any other name. It's got a very small, very light front plate, because remember, this is a light tank basically, light tank design. It was designed to actually supplement the M12s when they first made these, and they were going to make 250 of them, but they actually only ended up making 85 because of course the war ended by the time they started producing them. They started designing in 1942, but they didn't actually complete the design and start manufacture until June 1945. But they did see service in Korea, and the French got some as well to replace some of their Arty. And well, basically it's a light tank armor, 12.7 millimeters impacted armor on the front, and you're with angling 23, the engine cover 12.7. Yes, very, very light armor indeed, very easy to penetrate. 6.4 millimeters on the gun shield, negligible. And I suppose if we look at the live model, which of course some of our friends like to see, you can see, yeah, it's very, very light armor indeed. So anywhere you can see where the hitboxes are. Yeah, very dangerous, because it's so vulnerable. That's why the Type 64 penned him. If we look at the modules, if I bring the key up because it's nicer to see that. Okay, it is Chaffee tank, so you can see the engine is up front with the transmission in front of the driver on the right hand side, the driver's mate on the left hand side, normally where there would be a machine gunner in a Chaffee tank. The engine is sandwiched between two fuel tanks. The ammo rack is at the back. You can actually see that ammo rack if you look at the model because all the shells are visible. The gunner is on the right hand side. The TC's on the left hand side. He's got the radio, and the loader is sitting right at the very back. These tanks these Arty didn't carry that many shells actually. Only 22 rounds were actually carried in the vehicle, although Wargaming put 27 in the actual game. And they did have a vehicle that went around with them called an M39, which was an ammunition carrier. Now the M39 was based on the Hellcat without the Hellcat turret, so it had plenty of space for shells, and so the guerrillas would work in pairs with the M39 to enable them to keep moving about the battlefield. And it did serve well in Korea, but they didn't manufacture any more than the 85 they had, because of course they were then intending to actually manufacture other Artys, and they had things like the M40, M43 coming in as well, and then followed that up with the M53, M55. So that's where the modules are for the M41 Guerrilla. I really hope you enjoyed that replay. It's not often you see a third mark come up on our channel, but it's nice to see them when they do come up. And congratulations to Entel Butcher. It was actually just yesterday that he managed to get this. So, well, yes, we put it up straight away so people can see how well he did. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And please do remember to let other people know that we're giving all the proceeds from the channel to the Red Cross Ukraine appeal. So the more of our videos you watch, the more money you're sending to help the refugees. And thank you for watching.